Hello, hi, hey, welcome in. And let's see if I am alive. Well, I know I'm alive when I checked my pulse. I am alive, and do you love the way I'm wearing this jacket like a true Kardashian? And I wonder if there'll be anybody else that does the same thing. But, anyways, I do tend to be a trendsetter, even if I did get the idea off a Kardashian. But I always had this question in my head. Hello, Claire. I always had this question in my head. How on earth does a jacket stay on? Girls are allowed to ask these questions when it's not even on. How does she keep it on? Like, she can stand up, she can kind of move around, she can dance, you see, all that kind of scenario, and it doesn't fall off. Well, if you want to know my trick, just ask me. Why not? So let me share over, because we've got a really groovy topic, and I really trust that my people that are coming into the prosperity codes are going to be watching this, because this is going to be the lead up of your training. So let's find my beautiful group of peoples. And hello, as you're calling in. Hello, Instagram. Okay, I have Instagram up too. And let's get you guys over and let's get the show on the road. So I should probably come to you with the first question so you've got time to answer it. What is the number one most valuable talent that you possess? Okay, you don't have to write this one in the comments, but still say hello. Let me know where you're calling in from, but I would like you to ask yourself that question. I don't expect you to have the answer fully, thoroughly, and if you do, then you are an absolute superstar. So yes, this is for the superstars, definitely for the superstars. You know who you are, the black sheep, the rebels, the people that are the 5%, the people that don't fit in with the norm, the people that don't want to stay in the box of other people, and those who are, you're very much not that there's anything wrong with being mainstream, but you are not. Definitely. It's like, oh, okay. Are you going to invite me to something? Is it going to be mainstream? Sorry, guys, not this time. Not unless I'm speaking anyway. Anyways, that's not being conceited. That's just being totally, truly honest. Otherwise, you have to be absolutely, you have to be like Ali Brown. You have to be like, Anthony Robbins, or you have to be something super special beyond what I'm doing if I'm going to be attending. And that's the whole thing, guys. You really do need to be in the room with people that know more than you or who are aligned with you. Because there's nothing worse than sitting in unless you're a teacher, sitting in sorry, I had to check that because something just went past them. Anyways, has anyone got an answer to that question? Just say yes or no. Or working on it. What is the number one most valuable talent? Excuse me, Cora Kardashian, do you mind? Oh, I'll have to get her defleed. So what is the number one most valuable talent that you possess? And can you state it as a clear channel of communication, putting it into words? Thank you, Ian. He just goes, and then she comes. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because she might come, but that's not my call to her. But that's how he calls me. He calls me like that in the shops. I'm not joking, guys. And the worst thing about it is I actually respond. Anyway, give me some love hearts if you are finding this a little bit entertaining, or if you'd like to know more. Can you state it as a clear channel? So if you can actually state your manifesto, your zone of genius, your what you do with the clearest channel of communication, then you are a bit of a marketing guru, and you ought to be definitely beyond six figures. Because this is what, if you are in the online space, or even if you are not in the online space, if you are a person who has a service and you can state it as a clear channel of communication. And this is what I help people craft. So this is like your manifesto, and I'm going to state mine, but I'm just going to do it really quick. I'm royalty of creating world-class modalities. I don't mean I'm royalty. I'm not Kate Middleton or William or, you know, the late, beautiful, lovely Queen. Bless, 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 bless. But royalty in my service. In other words, I claim my fame in my position as a professional coach doing this, what I'm about to tell you. And this is going to polarize some of you, because you're going to go, oh no, that's not what I'm wanting. And that's okay. If I don't polarize at least today 10 people, I haven't done my job properly. I am royalty of creating world-class modalities to activate success, your success, your success through what? Through your zone of genius. And we trace back through the trauma of your story to transform it into your glory. So I discovered this by default, because being a clinical hypnotherapist, being a world-class NLP practitioner, and then training many people in that art of biohacking the actual consciousness, so the subconscious mind can switch on and get those neurons wired and fired together. Who's hearing me? Let me know if you can hear me. So you need dopamine, you need a subconscious with your dopamine, and you need a little bit of ammo happening too. And then whoosh, okay, we wire and fire them together. So I want to ask you, what is the altruistic? So it's like the extrinsic. It's not inside you, but it's kind of what has created this bond behind your biggest goal that is relative to your greatest prosperity. So let's just say you happen to be an online coach, and you know you are looking to actually state your manifesto that you happen to be a person who is, for example, really gifted in reading the spiritual energy, which obviously that is something I do as well, but you happen to be really good at, reading spiritual energy of people and then tuning in and encouraging them. Or maybe you are an absolute genius in administration and being able to see how to put things together and, you know, what it takes to actually do all the mechanics. And God only knows we need administrators, right? And if you are one, then you've got a huge gift. But don't deny yours. But also I want you to look at what the altruistic bond is. So if you are perhaps, especially if you are a sole trader or you have your own business, you know, look for what has been the external issues or elements that has caused you your passion, right? So that's the altruism, for what you are wanting to get out of it because of something you actually have been through, something you have experienced yourself, and something that is very relative to what you are also driving with prosperity. It's not just an opportunity, you know, I want to stay at home and I can't be bothered going out to work. And, you know, those things can make for great elements of prosperity, but, you know, it'll be, you know, the universe is looking for a big why, a really, really big why, and it needs to be outside of yourself. So when you feel into the energy of your goal, I want you to imagine, okay, you've called in, my manifesto is creating people's zone of genius, transforming their trauma and turning it into their greatest power. So I am activating people's success. Now, what does that energy feel like? Now, I'm just giving you an example, but you've got to really, know your own. So the energy of the goal might feel really like you might say high vibe or free or liberated or joyful or excited, right? So just tapping into that, if you have it right now, what does the energetics feel like? Like really just tune into the energetics. The energetics is, things like emotional feelings like joy, peace, love, connection, that beautiful feeling of ecstasy, maybe euphoria. I don't ever aim for those kinds of feelings because I feel like they're quite superficial. But definitely peace and joy, love, fulfillment, that real, grounded energy is what you're looking for energetically. Now, let's just really move through this. And you can tell that I've done this just before I've come on. I didn't even spell consider properly, and I promise you I know how to spell consider. I'm not going to prove it to you, but when you consider the energetics of this goal, what does it give you more of as a human need? Now, let me give you some examples. Does the feeling of this energy and having your manifesto and being successful give you a sense of love, connection, belonging? Now, I know you're going to say, Terry, it gives me all of these things, but I want the number one thing. Or is the number one thing it gives you a sense of importance, recognition, significance, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. It's interesting because that one is one of mine. I'm, just saying. Or is it that, where did my other one go? Okay, I'm looking for this one. Why isn't it coming up? It's not coming up. Well, I'll just have to say it. It's confidence, a feeling of certainty, confidence, or security. Okay, so is it a sense of confidence, certainty, security? Is it a sense of importance, recognition, significance? Or is it love, connection, and belonging? Name it, 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you'd like to even put it down in the comments. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you have a really big falling out with someone, or you, even worse, you lose someone in, that was significant to you, either they could have been in your, it could have been a relationship where it was even your partnership relationship. It could have been a work kind of a peer. It could have been a friendship, right? Any kind of relationship. If you fall out or that person turns away from you, don't look at the superficial layer of how they may have been offended by you, or what they did or what you did, or he said, she said, and all the rest of, because that's just garbage and won't even matter in 100 years from now. What you've got to do is grow up and emotionally become intelligent and ask yourself, because it's going to come from one of those three things. Did that relationship break down because the other person felt a sense of lack of love, connection, or belonging? Or did that person walk away because they didn't feel a sense of importance, recognition, or significance? Or did that person make that decision to just break away because they didn't feel the certainty, the confidence, or the security? They are really powerful questions that you're going to get right underneath the human design of where people come from. But I'm asking you it on the flip side. What does your goal, prosperity, and your energetics of feeling so good bring to you the most of? Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? Now, if there was one negative belief you hold around this entire feeling, so let's just say, because I am currently working with my community and we are really addressing the elements of, you know, what is going to help them to succeed in their business and how to correlate so their energy, their alignment, their spiritually, mentally, physically, all aligned with what they're delivering, right? And like everybody else, everyone, myself, you, even your greatest role model suffers negative beliefs. As long as you've got a pulse, that is going to be a reality. So the question is, what is the negative belief you hold around having the prosperity with the energetics that you've just created and that concept that is your block, right? Because this is what my program that we are running is going to be addressing. It's going to be addressing the behind the scenes reason that you are where you are, possibly stuck. Maybe some of you have hit your goal, you know, prosperous goals, because this is all around prosperity. And maybe some of you just feel like there's a ceiling and you can't move past it, or there is a block and you just can't even make the money you know you truly deserve. You've got to understand that there is a story. Okay, so I don't mean to laugh at your story. I'm just laughing because I'm reading people's messages that are coming through my inbox. What story are you telling yourself around your prosperity, around the energetics? It's like, oh, well, I've got a lady inside my community. She's just run this epic masterclass. She is doing the work. She is absolute badass, right? She's showing up. She's run her masterclass. She's walked the red carpet. I've represented her. And now it's what's next, right? But, you know, it's got to be said. It's said that everyone's going to have that pang of, oh, what if it doesn't work? Or what if I can't make enough money? Or what if they don't think I'm good enough? There's always going to be something. Would you agree? Put a yes down if you agree, so the universe can help you unravel it and set you free. How's that? How's that for an incentive, you guys? What story are you telling yourself? So when you get really into this is when you can start addressing the trapped emotions. So when we go into prosperity codes coming up in the next couple of weeks, you will be able to go in, create your vision, get your manifesto on track, really call in the money that you are wanting to call in, and then you're going to address the trauma, right? Because remember, it's the neurons that are wired together that fire together. Don't worry about the sound effects. Obviously, I'm listening to my grandson too much. Hi, Cara. Hi, Monique. How's Monique going? Monique came on the other night. I believe she went through some ascension symptoms. Oh, my gosh, girl, and you would. That's so normal, right? Yeah. So that, all right, I'm going to not read my messages while I'm talking to you because I'm really good at doing a couple of things, maybe 10 things at once. So what we're going to be doing is really addressing where those trapped emotions are so we can get rid of them. And, you know, for me, that's easy. That's what I do. I can help you release the trauma, and, you know, releasing the trauma to actually really set you free from whatever's stopping and blocking your prosperity is no different to releasing a trauma that is holding you back in your life, you know, and causing you depression, anxiety, or, you know, I mean, I've been working around these things for many, 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 many years. And when we get rid of it, the person's life freaking changes. So what's the difference? When you come into prosperity codes, we are focusing right on your spiritual prosperity, which is your overall well-being, vibrance, and all the things. We'll be able to trace that little baby or that bad boy back to the root cause, and it could be beyond your life. It could be in another life. You may require womb healing, and yes, if you're a man, that goes for you as well. Not because you have a womb, but because you came from a womb. So you could require some quite, it's actually interesting how where our body holds prosperity codes. I'm not going to go into that here. I'll do that more in my own community. But let's just say it's quite intimate. It's in the sacral space of the body. It's in that lower area. So when you kind of like really get to unleash that and do a lot of healing, that's when you can start anchoring all the states. So when do we start, guys? We are going to start in the next couple of weeks, okay? I'm going to set an official date that's going to be coming up. And what is it going to give you? Well, let me tell you what it's going to give you. We're going to be focusing right on your prosperity. It's a 3-week immersion of laser speed coaching to unlock your prosperity through the channel of your zone of genius. And for anyone who knows me, you understand. So this is what is inside you. This is what is your emotional, spiritual, and financial right. It's also going to raise a fire passion within that is going to fan into flames so that you can be laser lucid focused on your mission, your vision, and your conviction. What is conviction? Pow! It's that if you don't do it, you're going to feel, it feels like guilt, right? Conviction is like, you think about it, someone's convicted, they go to jail. Usually they're guilty, right? But it's almost like if you don't do it, it's like, whoa, it's huge consequences. So what you are really going to do is you're going to put that conviction and convert it into peace that surpasses all understanding. So what are you going to get inside my container? I'm really excited about telling you about this, and Sally will drop the page so you guys can view it. There will be 3 powerful live masterclass sessions. Now, this involves hot seat coaching. It involves modalities that are around all the world-class stuff that I do that will actually unleash you, decode you, and then bring those neurons and transmitters together to rewire and refire. You're going to also be given, because I feel like this is a missing link. So between each live class is going to be a week integration. So you only have to show up once a week, and then it's going to be really powerful. You're going to have a complete outcome in every single class. So it's not going to be like, oh, I just learned something. Yeah, da-di-da-di-da. Then come back for the next one. Didn't really get much out of that one, but let's see what happens next time. Every class is going to be potent, powerful, and is going to bring a full outcome. Now, don't think you're going to get away from really raising the bar that easily, because what you're going to also do is you're going to be inside my membership area where you get daily support. So that means that, let's just say, like, for example, Monique, she came on board the other night. I don't think she expected what she expected, and I didn't either, because I've never had a really serious session with Monique ever. And I didn't know anything about her life other than the fact that she has 9 children. And I know that she has a lot to give, and she's ready to give that to the world. So once we went through this, and this wasn't even modalities, this is just laser speed coaching, all this stuff came up, and all of a sudden we recognized that all this stuff came up. Now that could have, in a normal psychology counseling session, that could take 2 years. before all that comes up. So what now? So she had ascension symptoms because now at least you've got them on the table. You know what to wipe out. You know what to get rid of. So I hold Monique inside my membership. So that means that we can support her. We can nurture her. So in her case, if there's ascension symptoms, this is normal. This is what needs to happen. So we keep you really accountable and we move you forward. And I even drop bonuses, meditations and things like that on the weekends when I have a bit of a slack attack and I go off into the wild blue yonder for a couple of days. But Monday to Friday is support for the entire time you're in. That's 30 days within my membership. This will keep you accountable, on track, give you the aligned energy, frequency, and strategy so that you can also develop your perhaps your business, your plan, all the things over that time that you're with us. There's going to be 4 powerful meditations given to you at your own leisure to listen to. So I suggest people listen to it before they go to sleep and just fall asleep with it because it's hypnotic. They are built around the master keys, which is your health and your body, your relationships, your prosperity codes. How's that? I'm talking about it and I totally nearly forgot. Your spiritual prosperity, your self-worth and self-love, that is, and of course your wildest success. So we give you that and you can just have that to just nourish your soul when you want to use it. Plus a lifetime library with over 10 hours of self-paced deep dive training to go into your genius zone to make sure that you're on it. You know, like we want you on it, guys. So as soon as you enroll, we'll give you that, which reminds me, I've got to give that to a couple of people that have enrolled just recently. So we'll give you the genius zone so you can munch out on that and learn how to really become clear with that. And then when we go in, you're going to have all of this. But I don't mean to sound corny. There is more. There's one thing, and this is going to be the big thing. I am going to be conducting. It's not going to be in the time frame of doing the prosperity codes. It's going to be down the track, but we're going to make sure that you have this. It's going to be by no later than February 23, and it's only around the corner. You will get to come into a live training with all the modalities. So if you were doing like a practitioner's certification, this would be it. Now we're going to have this available to the public anyway, with or without the prosperity codes, with the prosperity codes as a bonus. But for those of you who are going into the program, this is your bonus. If you are on the other side of the world, then guess what? You get full access live transmission. If you're over the other side of Australia, come on down. Let's see you in the flesh. So if that sounds all good to you guys, if you're feeling aligned, this is just 777. And I am going to offer 5 people who make a decision within today. So today means Wednesday Perth time, the 5th of October, my birthday month, and I'm going to give you a $200 voucher. That means that you'll get $200 off, and if you are you've bought in, you're going to get a $200 voucher towards anything that you desire. So we certainly make sure that we are very, we're integral here. We look after everyone. And for those of you who also want to join my Elite Crown next year and have access to absolutely everything, guess what? Your investment will be secured toward that, because that's how I roll. So guys, that's all I got for you. And I trust this has been really, really informative. And I see Monique is chatting away in the comments, and I will go back and have a look at those comments really soon. And I just want to send you so much love. Remember, we are in October. It's my birthday month. We will be running the show before my birthday. So it'll start week 1 prosperity codes. Sign up now. Be in that first amount of people to get in, and you'll get $200 off, but you have to come to me and let me know I want in. I'll give you that voucher for $200 off, and we will get everything rocking and rolling. So that's all I got for you today, guys. Until next time, stay absolutely amazing and awesome.